Behavioral scientists meticulously engineered the innocent language mascot to hijack the reward centers of the human brain. On the surface, the app presents a brilliant promise, a universally accessible tool that turns the difficult task of learning a new language into a quick, empowering daily habit. But at 11:59 p.m., that educational motivation often transforms into a sharp, immediate spike of panic. The daily streak counter creates a suffocating, invisible pressure, a ticking countdown demanding you log in right now to protect months of perceived progress. This design purposefully weaponizes the human desire for self-improvement, converting an educational goal into a persistent source of anxiety. This stress is a byproduct of corporate necessity. A multi-billion-dollar company maintains its valuation through high engagement and retention metrics, rather than the actual fluency of its users. To maintain these numbers, developers utilize the habit loop as the foundational blueprint for the interface. The cycle begins with a cue, a strategically timed push notification. This ping triggers a routine, compelling you to complete a quick translation exercise. The loop locks in with unpredictable digital dopamine, like a celebratory animation, ensuring you remain tethered to the system. This engineering places the user inside a visually striking, endless maze where the walls are built from these specific psychological triggers. When an educational company optimizes exclusively for this cycle, their data measures human compulsion rather than actual growth or intelligence. When positive reinforcement fails to keep a user active, the system pivots to black hat motivation. Black hat motivation uses negative emotions, specifically the fear of loss, to dictate user behavior. Leaderboards and streets mechanics are calibrated to trigger loss aversion, making the prospect of missing a day feel like losing a hard-earned investment. The most prominent example of this escalation is the crying owl notification, which presents a weeping mascot to signal your absence. This use of guilt bypasses rational decision-making and targets emotional defenses, weakening a user's conscious resistance to opening the app. Users often experience significant psychological friction when they log in purely to alleviate this guilt, resulting in a gradual erosion of their autonomy. These mechanics shift the dynamic away from instruction, leaving the user to manage their feelings of obligation toward the software. The company's comfort with this manipulation is evident in their marketing. They frequently launch dark, high-production mystery campaigns and movie trailer-style events centered on the mascot's persona. Recognizing this psychological architecture is the first step toward reclaiming your time. The most effective act of rebellion against the habit loop is the willing sacrifice of the daily streak. While breaking the streak may cause initial anxiety, that pressure disappears almost immediately once the obligation is gone, restoring your psychological autonomy. Reclaiming your attention requires seeing the maze as an illusion, allowing you to turn off the screen and leave the green glow behind.